My name is Dr Saffia Alibux, and I'm born and raised in Kenya, East Africa. So after being raised in East Africa, we moved to Canada. We immigrated into Canada. And from Canada, we moved to Saudi Arabia. That was where my first job was. And my kids were all born in Saudi. We moved to Bahrain in the year 2003. And which was an excellent move, because the minute we stepped on Bahrain soil, we felt we are at home. It was just amazing, the way we were welcomed in Bahrain, right from the day one, arriving at the airport, the reception we got, the humbleness, friendly atmosphere. So it was really, really very good. So I came to Bahrain and I joined American Mission Hospital as my first and last job, still there. And that's it. Over the years, we thought we were coming for 4 years, 5 years. I'm now here for 20 years. Over the 20 years, we started settling. We settled very fast because, number one, the beauty of Bahrain is the people of Bahrain. They are simple, kind people, humble and friendly. And I mean, compared to all the rest of the GCC, because we've traveled a lot. GCC and outside, so we couldn't find any place comparable. Lovely, humble people. We intermingled very fast. The culture of Bahraini people, we just loved it. And over the years, as the children grew, we started mingling with the Bahraini people both at work and outside, and started attending their social gatherings, weddings, you know, and we just loved everything we saw. And my children, they grew, and I sent them to Canada for further education. And then they got jobs, and 2 are already married and settled there. And I have 4 grandkids. Our youngest daughter, we were lucky, alhamdulillah, she came back to Bahrain and she's working here now. So the Bahraini culture is just something amazing. Bahrain is a small island with so many types of different people here, expatriates living here. But it's amazing because of the type of culture it is, the humbleness and the sweetness of the people. Even the expatriates who move here and settle here, they become like the Bahrainis. Their attitude also changes, and it's just easy to mingle with them. The culture of the people are humble, they are religious, but in a more open way, you know, and their food is amazing. Like we love Bahraini food, majboush, tikkas, biryanis, sambusa, you know, and of course halwa and gahwa we use it in the house as well. Bahraini food is excellent. Their fish is, you know, fresh and good. So we always make sure once or twice a week we eat the local Bahraini food. It is so delicious. And I think it's very healthy also, except for the halwa, of course, it's very sugary for diabetics, but for non-diabetics, it is a treat. So, mashallah, I think the culture in this country is so good that anybody can fit into this place and live in a happy environment, live happily with the family. You know, it's easy to raise children here. The crime rate is very low. The Bahraini people are very kind and humble, so it's easy to mingle with them. And I think we haven't ever thought of leaving this place because of how easy life is here. It's a laid-back life, easy, you know, respectful. The Bahraini people respect expatriates, treats women in a nice way. You know, you don't find this anywhere else in the world. So culture-wise, A1, and I know that Bahrain has followed many years of in history. They have a very wide culture. So one of the things I love about Bahraini culture is the dresses, the jalabiyas. The jalabiyah dresses, and they are so, number one, so comfortable and so elegant. And when you wear them, you stand out. Last year, 2 years ago, I went for a wedding in the US and I wore this outfit, and everybody was like, wow. Because I was outstanding in the crowd. These Americans and all, they were Pakistanis, Americans, they were wearing their own traditional clothes, but nobody could be compared to me. Because really, the jalabiyah is jalabiyah. So Bahraini clothes are comfortable, they look decent when worn, It's not like wearing a short dress and walking out. So decent, comfortable, and elegant. See, over the 20 years, there have been a lot of new places have come up, but really, honestly, one of my favorite places in Bahrain is Bab al Bahrain. I love going to the souk, just walking around, looking at the things, enjoying it. I am a general dentist, Tabib Asnan, and I've been with American Mission for 20 years. That's my only job in Bahrain. So on a daily, like I work 4 days a week. So my working days are very busy because we work 12-hour shifts in the hospital. So I go at 9 in the morning and I finish at 9 p.m. evening. Come home, take a shower, do your prayers, eat, and it's time to sleep. So my working days are very busy. We are very busy in the clinic in Rifah. We have lots of patients. The days I'm not working, 3 days a week, so wake up in the morning, prepare breakfast for the family. After that, pray, relax a little bit, and then I try to manage my off days either to socialize, because we have friends, of course, around the kingdom, Bahrainis and non-Bahrainis. So we try to catch up or socialize, go out for dinner, to seek out the new restaurants in town, sit together, just, catching up. And then, of course, there's the housework to do and cooking. So I cook like twice a week, because working days I can't cook. So I cook twice a week, enough food to take us through the week. So what type of food do I cook? Basically Pakistani food. My origin is Pakistan actually, but raised in Africa. So basically Pakistani food, and now more and more Arabic food. Special memories in Bahrain is like, for example, the day we arrived in Bahrain. The reception we got, that memory will never go. The humbleness and the humbleness and the friendship and the quick approach of all the staff of the airport, taxi drivers, land house agents, where to look for the house, all the people for the housing. All that time, within a week, we managed to do everything. And that is because of the type of people who are here. So that is the cutest memory for me for Bahrain, and it will always stay. I have an average social life, and that's because of my work. See, because it's a busy life, right? When you work 12 hours a day for 4 days, it leaves you with only 3 days free. So social life, I cut it down to special friends, Bahrainis and non-Bahrainis, and I see them on the days I'm off. And what do we normally do? We normally gather either in their houses or my house, and we have a dinner together and we sit and we chat. Or vice versa. I go to their houses and we'll chill together. And when we hear there's a new restaurant in town and it's a good one, of course, we all go there to try out the food. Eating is a very big thing for us in Bahrain, obviously. It's one of the, and we like eating. I like working, I like eating, and I like cooking. So normally in Bahrain, we mostly socialize with Pakistani people. That's because we share a common language. I speak Urdu and Punjabi. Those are 2 Pakistani languages. So we have a lot of Pakistani friends, and I have also a lot of Bahraini friends, because through work, I interact a lot with Bahrainis. Our front desk workers are all Bahraini. I have some colleagues who are Bahrainis, dentists. So we started mingling together, so on a social basis. So I mix up a lot with Bahrainis. We enjoy sharing each other's foods, and we just enjoy each other's cultures, talking, going out and all that. And then secondly, I found that in Bahrain, to mingle with the people here is so easy. The coexistence of so many types of people in a small island. This is the smallest island in the GCC, but everybody lives in harmony and they mingle together. All the expatriates and the non-expatriates. We live together, we are happy together. Nobody interferes with any other person's business. Everybody has their own lifestyle, but we are generally all happy together. So we mingle a lot and we coexist together in a very happy way. I love Bahrain and the people of Bahrain, and we are not even thinking of leaving this island.
I'm actually from East Africa, from Kenya. I was born and brought up in Kenya. And then we immigrated to Canada. Now we're Canadian citizens. My first arrival in the Gulf area was in mid-70s, where I was employed by Yusuf bin Ahmed Kanu. And since I arrived in Bahrain, they offered me, they said, we need somebody in Eastern Province, Saudi Arabia, in Bahrain, because we are starting aviation services. And so I was the one who was involved with them for from mid-70s up to late 80s. And then I took a year off. I went to US. I did my FAA license for airman license. And then I left Kanu. I joined Air France from 1980. And then in 1990, I was brought here as a manager in Bahrain. This was just after the Gulf War. And I had a lot of opportunity meeting with Kanu, because Kanu at that time was our general sales agent over here. And I knew all the family, Mubarak, Abdullah, Fauzi, Kanu, all of them. They were very close and very welcoming. And my most experience I remember was we arranged the trip for Sheikh Isa, the father, the king's father, to from Paris to New York on Concorde. And we had to make all the arrangements through the protocol, Bahrain protocol and the French embassy, and we had to call our head office that we have a VIP with this delegation going to New York for United Nations conference. And that was the most exciting part of, because I had a lot of interaction with a lot of people from different departments of the government of Bahrain. So we go together to traditional coffee shops, have tea, discuss our old times, I have, lots of memories, but the best is always when I meet up with my local friends. And I have a friend of mine called Mahdi. He's been here. We have been together for 40 years now. And we always get together, When my wife is away, I go and spend time with him, just chatting with other friends. And those are happy memories, you just think about the old times and you laugh and joke.
My name is Sana Alibux, and I moved to Bahrain when I was 13 years old from Saudi Arabia. And when I first came here, I went to the British School of Bahrain, where I was welcomed by all the teachers and all the students around me, which were all expatriates as well, and I felt right at home. It was a very international school, and also the people of Bahrain, when I was just interacting with people at the mall, like Seif Mall, of course, and City Center, everybody's so nice and friendly, and I absolutely love living in Bahrain. So I guess the beauty of Bahrain, what I truly love is, I would say, I do love the sunny weather because I lived in Canada before. So for 14 years I lived in Canada, in Toronto, Canada. So for me, coming home, coming to Bahrain and enjoying the weather is a huge transition for me. And I would say the best part of it is going to the beach. I love going to either the Ritz Beach or most recently, I know Al Ain doesn't have a beach, but Al Ain is beautiful as well. And I love to take hikes in January and February, like when the weather is a little cooler. So going around the Sea Fort, which I found really beautiful, and Karzakan Forest near Hamad Town. It's a really nice trail as well. So I came to Bahrain last December, so December 2022. And upon arrival, I knew that I wanted to come back home from Toronto, and I had my career there for the last 10 years. But when I came back and I got the job with Brink, they're an amazing team. So I work for Brink, which is a venture capital and accelerator firm. Working there, I work as a marketing specialist for the team, so I oversee all MENA marketing activities, and it's been an amazing opportunity working there and working with the Bahrain team. I love working with everybody. Everyone's super friendly. We have 3 or 4 Bahrainis on the team, and they are my dear friends. Everyone's so friendly, and I can't think of another place to work in. My interest in Bahraini food, well, you can ask my parents, like I love to get grills all the time. So like the tikka lahem, that's like my favorite, and hummus, that's a staple. So I do thoroughly love Arabic food, especially because it's high in protein, which I really love. So all the grills and Bahraini tikka, and I would say qahwa, of course, and dates, and especially when it's seasonal, when it's Ramadan, it's so nice to engage with, the rest of the community and have that sense of community when there's qahwa and dates being served everywhere. So with other communities, I would say I've been engrossed into the expat community here, especially because I love to go out to nice restaurants in Adlia. So like there's a lot of expats there that go there, and I would say I don't know too many Canadians, but I know a lot of British expats, and I have a lot of British friends, and they all love Bahrain. Everyone loves Bahrain, and we all come back eventually, or we go for a bit, and we always make our way back. And I know that we all coexist, like my Bahraini friends, they get along with my other expat friends too. So I think everybody's just happy coexisting here because it's so peaceful and harmonious, and everyone, it's not like a fast-paced lifestyle like in a major city like Toronto where everybody is different. They're self-serving. Here they have warmth in their hearts, and they want to actually get to know you and do good for you. For example, like there was a situation where I was trying to get my Uber one time, and it was going past me, but the guy before him ran after the Uber to get the Uber back for me. And that's just showing you the character of the people in Bahrain. I have a lot of special memories in Bahrain. I would say my favorite ones, so 10 years ago, my gap year was here in Bahrain, and I worked at the British School of Bahrain as a teaching assistant, and just, I guess, being around, little kids and teaching them, and both Bahraini and non-Bahraini, it was so, I guess, rewarding, I would say. And those are some of my fondest memories. And like also coming back here has been amazing, and just getting the opportunity to work for Brink, it's been an incredible journey. And I would say growing up here, just going, like when Seif Mall was the only mall, and I would go with my friends and would hang out when we were like 14, 15 years old. And some of the people that I've known since high school. I've known them for 20 years, and we're still super close. I think just the last note is that I absolutely love living and working here in Bahrain, and so happy to come back home.
I moved to Bahrain in the year 2003 and joined the American Mission Hospital. So before coming here, I was in Saudi Arabia. I was a very young girl when we moved to Saudi Arabia, and I was working for the military hospital, the Ministry of Defense. I worked for 17 years. All kids were born there and literally raised there, except my youngest daughter who was only 13 when we moved into Bahrain. So I had 17 years of experience in the Saudi Arabia, Middle East. And before that I had 2 years experience in Canada, because I was doing my second part of my dentistry in Canada. So from Kenya, born and raised in Kenya, Nairobi, immigrated into Canada, got a job in Saudi, lived and worked there for 17 years, then moved to Bahrain. So when we moved to Bahrain in year 2003, I got a job with American Mission Hospital, and I worked in the branch SAR branch. So just to tell you about American Mission Hospital, when I joined in 2003, there were only 2 branches. The main branch, Manama, which was started in like how many, 120 years ago. It was called the Mason Hospital. That was American Mission. So it was started by the American missionaries. And they started that hospital. Then gradually in the year 2000, they started a small villa in SAR, Budaya SAR area. They opened a small villa there, and I was hired in that villa because they needed a female dentist. They had only males. So luckily I was a female, so they hired me in SAR. So then I worked in SAR for 15 years. Then American Mission opened the Rifa branch where I am now. So at that time they shifted 2 of us to come and open this clinic and set it up. So then I was moved from SAR to Rifa. And before they opened the Rifa branch, they opened another branch in Amwaj. But we don't have a dental clinic there. It's only medical. So Manama, SAR, then Amwaj, then Rifa, 4th branch. And now we have opened our latest branch, Ali branch, a huge hospital. So over the years, since from 2003 to now, I completed 20 years, Alhamdulillah, with American Mission Hospital. And in these 20 years, I've seen massive progress in the hospital, from 2 branches to 5 branches. Yani, American Mission Hospital has done excellent, and they're still following the same vision and mission like 120 years ago. Their vision is to make this the best healthcare center in the kingdom, and their mission is to give high quality service at an affordable price to the citizens and residents of Bahrain. So in the 20 years I've been in American Mission, I have achieved a lot. The biggest achievement is being able to treat and mingle with Bahraini and expatriate patients and staff, because we have people from all over. Obviously, like the reception is mostly Bahraini, but among the patients we get all types of patients. Staff are mixed. So I got the chance to mix with different people, blend into their cultures, and just basically increase my experience more and more, number 1. Number 2, I managed to improve my Arabic from the Bahraini patients. In terms of awards, yes, for the last 3 years, I've been getting the CEO's award every year for highest performance in this clinic of Rifa. So that was like the awards. And the biggest award for me was that they selected me from the SAR clinic to come and set up Rifa. And now after 5 years, we have reached the level we are. Future goals are to stay with American Mission Hospital for as long as they'll keep me. I love working with American Mission Hospital. It's got state-of-the-art equipment, staff, and wonderful admin, CEO, everybody, like really humble human people. So to stay here as long as possible and to keep following the mission and vision of our principles of how to take care of patients.